situation analysis, and let's see what examples we can have in order to explain situation analysis. I mean, different variables involved in situation analysis. So we're going to see some of the examples related to economic factor, how economic factor can be a potentially effect on language curriculum design. Okay, right. And I would like to give example from Richard's book, Curriculum Design Development in Language Teaching. Okay, the example actually revolves around a key element of economy, right? For example, just imagine that some of the Ministry of Education in a country, it's a question of about imagination, that the Ministry of Education is given a task to design a series of textbooks for language learners at elementary level. Okay, what happens is actually the ministry involves some of language teachers for this project. Okay, and there are some meetings that took place between the ministry and the teachers, and but there is an element of secrecy. Okay, that no information should be leaked to the third party or the third person, right? What happened actually, there was a sort of less coordination between the ministry officials and the teachers. And eventually, as a result of this, we got a curriculum or a course which had certain limitations. What were the limitations? The teachers, many teachers who were the implementers, who actually undertook the course, they complained that the course was difficult, and they also complained that the content wasn't organized in an efficient way. So that example actually illustrates how if situation analysis is not done properly, it can impact upon the economy overall. So what was actually the constraint? The budget was disturbed, and therefore the ministry had to make another judgment, make another decision about to review the materials, right? Okay. So what this example illustrates is that there are various factors. As we have already seen, there are some political, there are some social, and we have now seen the economic factor as well, right? So these factors need to be realized at the initial stage before it's too late, right? So we will see in the following sessions how societal, how project, teacher, learner, adoption factors or the institutional factors, how they can bring about, positive or negative influence on language curriculum design. And I think it's important to understand how the situation analysis in the light of this quote, that these social, political, and economic factors are embedded in a particular social and cultural context. The key word here is the context. As many of you may know this particular word, the context, but I would like to exemplify. For example, for a particular context, you need to have as much information as you could gather. For example, for an architect, okay, in order to design, make a design of a house, an architect needs a lot of information before making this sketch of the house. I mean, how many people going to live in the house? What's the site? what are the local facilities available. So these are the things that an architect needs to collect before sketching the design. Similarly, language curriculum design is embedded in a specific socio-cultural context. So with this means that we need to, as language curriculum planners, we need to take into account the socio-cultural elements and their influence on the overall design of the course, right? So these are we've got some key procedures in order to conduct a situation analysis, and these procedures are not different from that of needs analysis. So what a planner need to know is just to need to understand the consultation process. Then we've got document analysis, and then we've got observation, and then we've got surveys, and then the review of the literature. We will look at these elements when we will take up the topic of needs analysis.